my takeaway from all of this is that it is, as a day, saying, the economics, whoever has the control economically, controls the language, the power relations between the languages, between the language groups, I should say, the public and the intimate that he referenced, and the high and low and denigrated and prestigious that Joseph referenced as well. And it is that eradication of the colloquial, of the heart language and the mother tongue that Audrey speaks of, that is happening, I think, to Gaelic, and that is making it difficult to rally people to do what would come naturally, just returning to using their language. My biggest takeaway from all of this has been that throughout we've been referencing English, that unequal struggle between the minoritized language and dominance of the English language. But I keep returning to the thought that in many ways for native Gaels, it's a struggle between Gaelic and Gaelic at the at the institutional level, where all the power play happens and where the finances and economics are controlled. But I would add that at community level in Scotland, I've taught in mainland Scotland as well, new communities, whether it's teenagers learning or kids going through GME or adults learning, they all come to Gaelic because they love the language, and they sense that it's egalitarian and it's expressive and it is a language of the heart, and that's what appeals to them. So, at grassroots level, I think we would all be in agreement of how we feel about Gaelic, but there is this controlling factor that is explained beautifully. Any Islander, any Gael, any new speaker who's just beginning to learn Gaelic would benefit from listening to the analysis that all the experts have applied to the lived experience, and to even what they've drawn out of Taramot's recordings. And everyone referenced him earlier on, and one thing I remember is when I was a young editor at Grampian Television, he came in, he was hosting a magazine show, and in between recordings of segments, he was sitting there in the studio and the lighting guys were wandering about adjusting things, and somebody powdered his nose and somebody played with his mic, and he was just throwing out these wisecracks, these plays on words throughout. And I was sitting in the gallery as a trainee editor with the director, Bob Kenyon, and I just said to him, should we not be recording all of this? And he just said, there isn't enough tape in the entire studio. He was constantly sitting there and critiquing and commenting in such an original way on everything, and his Gaelic was beautiful. So it's been lovely to listen to that, but also to listen to everyone else and to be amazed by what you've teased out of those recordings. And I think it'll have a great value for anyone who speaks Gaelic, whether they're lucky enough to have it as their native language or they're just attracted to it and wanting to belong to something like Gaelic. I think the differentials there, the power play between Gaelic and English and between Gaelic and Gaelic institutions has been very valuable indeed. And I appreciate Gordon allowing me to be part of this panel. It really has been a great privilege. And I will leave it at that.